Water safety continues to be an important topic this summer. There have been 61 drownings in the Great Lakes so far this year, not to mention the drownings in inland lakes, ponds, and swimming pools. The Great Lakes Surf Rescue Project is holding 2 water safety classes this weekend. One is Saturday, the 4th in South Haven. The other is Sunday, the 5th in Grand Haven. Both classes are free and open to the public.
Taking this further and joining us now in studio, Bob Pratt, Executive Director of the Great Lakes Surf Rescue Project. Bob, thanks for coming in. We had an incident today down on Oval Beach. 3 people pulled from the water. 61 people have lost their lives in the Great Lakes so far this summer. This is a bad year.
It is a bad year.
What do you chalk that up to?
We think it's partially due to how warm it has been and how early it got warm this year. We've also seen a lot of cases where the water gets a little bit rougher earlier in the year.
In today's instance, from what we know, the water wasn't that bad out there, but you say when that happens, that's when you start to see these things spike.
Right. We see most of the rip current incidents occur during moderate wave conditions. When the waves are really big, only people that really know what they're doing are out there, the surfers and the windsurfers and the kayakers. When the waves are just kind of starting to get, you know, what some people would term fun, is when they start to get dangerous. 2 to 3 feet can be very dangerous situations.
What do you hammer home in these seminars that you hold out at the beach? What is your overall message that you're trying to drive home to the folks that attend?
We have several messages. We want safer water, we want safer kids, and we need a safer response. So the safer water piece is advocating for equipment on the beaches. And the safer swimmer part is knowing what a drowning person looks like, taking swim lessons, for example. And then the safer response is how do you make a rescue to someone who might be in a drowning situation once you do recognize that.
If you find yourself in a situation where you're getting in trouble, you're out in the water, individually, you've got some new techniques, some unconventional techniques that you're pushing to try to alleviate maybe that panic and get yourself back to shore safely.
That really is the big thing, is to try and control that panic down. So the conventional message has been to swim parallel to shore, and that may work in some conditions. You need to think about a rip current as like a treadmill, and you simply need to step off the treadmill. So the Michigan Sea Grant came up with flip, float, and follow, kind of like stop, drop, and roll for fire safety. So flip over onto your back, which allows you to get in a higher position in the water, allows you to breathe a little bit better. Float, so that you can control that panic.
You're not burning a lot of energy.
Realize that, right. Try to relax in the water, control that panic, and see which way the current is taking you, and then follow the best course of action out of that. It may be swimming parallel to shore, but we know that there are feeder currents that come into the rip currents, and if you swim in the wrong direction, if you stay on that treadmill, you're going to tire yourself out, you're going to increase that panic and increase the likelihood of a fatal drowning.
Well, even though we're halfway through summer here, more than halfway through, it's always a message that we want to drive home, especially in this region. It happens way too often.
Absolutely.
Bob Pratt, thanks for coming in tonight. He's Executive Director of the Great Lakes Surf Rescue Project, and they've got their events going out this weekend. You can check that out at woodtv.com.